Hello everybody! Today we're making a jewel stone. This is a tiny little cute blue one, but we're going to make a bigger one today, and it's going to be cranberry and magenta. So I'm using a dark cranberry and then a magenta color, gold, black, and white acrylic paint. You will need a compass for today's project, as well as dotting tools if you have them, scruffy paintbrushes to do some blending, and some lining paintbrushes as well. Now I'm using a bigger rock. I'm going to put this jewel right in the center. So start with a dot and grab your compass and make a circle on the rock. However, whichever size you want it to be. I apologize for my hands being in the way. Now that you have your circle, grab the cranberry color or the darker color that you're using. Either way, whichever color you're going to use, whether it's blue or green, you need a dark and a light, and then white. So I'm going to fill this circle in. It's okay if you go outside the lines because we're not going to be able to see that afterwards. Do 2 coats and then let it dry. Now I'm going to use a bigger blending brush, and I'm going to grab some more cranberry and put it at the top, just so that we're working with wet paint, because blending is not easy with acrylic paints if it starts to dry. Grab some magenta or your lighter color, whichever lighter color it is that you're using, and put that in the center. Now I'm grabbing a dry blending brush again, and I'm going to blend that cranberry color into the magenta and drag the magenta down to the bottom. Blending is hard to learn. It's a lot of practice, so just keep working at it with the paint. You might have to add more just so that it looks right for you. Now I'm going to use a lining brush and get some white paint and just line the bottom. We're going to make it look like there's some light going into this jewel. Grab a blending brush again and blend that white up into the magenta until you feel it looks the way you want it to look. Looks really sloppy right now, but once you start blending and work quickly, like I said, it dries quick, but you can just keep adding. Keep adding a little bit of magenta until it looks right, a little bit of cranberry till it looks right, and just do it till you're happy. Now I'm going to grab some more cranberry in a second, and I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to kind of drag it back down over top just to give it all this one swoop of color right over top. And I don't want to darken it too much by the white. There we go. It doesn't look like a circle anymore, but that's okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit more cranberry again, because we're going to darken this even more at the top now. But we want to work with wet paint, so add cranberry first around the top there, and then do a line of black acrylic paint just at the top. We're going to blend that while it's wet, which again takes a lot of practice, but keep working at it and you can fix the outsides if you mix it over. I just blend that into the cranberry the best I can. Go back to the cranberry color again and go back over it again so it doesn't look just black there. We want to mix that so it just looks like the darkest shade of cranberry. Takes a lot of practice, but trust me, if you keep going, it will start to look the way you want it to. Now we're going to put a line all the way around this now. We're going to put it in a frame of black. And like I said, we're going to fix all that white on the outside there. Now I'm going to make a point on either side with black paint. Now it looks like a scary eyeball. So we're going to put a point at the top and the bottom as well. And if it's not even, we can fix it. So I'm doing the best I can here, and it's not going to be even. My rocks are never perfect. All right, we have our jewel all framed in. Now we're going to get out our acrylic gold again. I'm going to make you watch me pour it because I want to watch it being poured. It's beautiful. Now grab your fine lining brush and just do a circle around your jewel in the gold. It's okay if you can still see a little bit of that black because we're going to actually go around the inside with the black paint again anyway. Get your dotting tools ready, or paintbrushes and your ends of your paintbrushes, toothpicks. You might need toothpicks for this one if you don't have dotting tools. Okay, so now that we've got our gold circle all framed in, not perfect yet again, I'm going to take my black fine lining brush and my black acrylic paint, and I'm going to go around just the inside of that gold, around in between the jewel and the gold. It just makes that jewel stand out a little bit more, like it's not attached to the gold there. There we go. Starting to look pretty cool. Now, find your bigger dotting tool and dot at each point a big blob of gold paint there. And we're going to put one in the center of those two dots. Perfect. Now I've messed up the black here. I'm just going to straighten it out a bit so it looks a little more even. See where we can fix our mistakes? Take a smaller dotting tool and start at the point and start a bigger dot to a smaller dot on either side of that large dot. As you run out of paint, the dots do get smaller, but you might need to go back and grab a little bit more paint to finish off the dots. Just keep going to each point and starting at each point. There we go. Now get your smallest dotting tool. It can be a toothpick. Toothpicks work really great for small dots. And just outline that black with the smaller dots, just so we can frame that a bit better too. Really makes it look like jewelry sitting on a stone. Now you can leave it like that if you want. I'm just going to add a couple more because you know me with my gold and my dots. I'm obsessed. I want to thank all of my new subscribers and my current subscribers. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching my tutorials. I hope I'm making them fairly interesting for you, and I love hearing from you all, so thank you again. Now we're going to add white. We want to make this jewel shine even more. So just like my dragon eyes, I like to make it shine in 3 spots. So I'm just going to drag on some white paint and make it look just shiny. That's gorgeous. You can keep it like this. These stones go really, really dark when I spray them. So you can put a matte coat over top so it stays looking like this, or you can spray it like I am. And it really turned the stone black, but look at the shine on that. It looks just like a jewel sitting in a stone, and it would definitely make anybody do a double take.